Black Sun, what up? Bo, what up? Pools, what up? It's that hoe shit, nigga. Yeah. Is it spooky hours or goofy hours? What is life if your style is truly ours? They speaking on the money that's made, but if you're not a made man, it is nothing today. Yeah. Well, it's David to be precise, beloved if we are tight. The foreign's been at the light, the gun's been on the waist, the lawyer's been on the case, and that's in every city with niggas that's on sight. Speaking of sight, yeah, I build like construction. Me with the faculty, smoking J's to function. Meet at the crossroad, nigga, right at the junction. Money on the ad workout, numbers is crunching. I'm the homie moving the juice. What's a moment of truth to a lifetime of lies? These niggas give you the proof. They are not the one, shit not even a two. But what's a nigga to do? Tell them stay out the way, gun is curfew. You don't wanna stand and play. Used to really get it in, yeah, day after day. What you know about breaking the night or holding a 9? I got a homie on it, taking a ride. Only thing that's on your mind is making it right. Shit. You got me slipping in the past, know the ghost on me, I'ma stay dipping in the mask. I took what I had to take, I ain't get the ass. Knew they would say no, learn how to lay low. Running from narcos, moving to yayo. Ayo, lay on the floor cause I say so. Me and the blicky type, 50 and yayo. Playing G-Unit, moving them G-Units. Homie had work too, told them the weed booming. I don't need your flowers, my nigga, we blooming. No go, stay on the trip, we shrooming. You don't wanna see me fuming out with a firearm. Niggas only G on stage, called Viacom. It ain't about being a G, but could you look in the mirror and say, I'm being me? Give a fuck who around, nigga, I'm being Pete.
You already Ghost. I had a lot of shit to say to y'all niggas, but fuck it. See you on the next one. Let's get to it. You already know what it is. I'm on your fucking necks. Out.
Insane on YouTube. I mean, getting about 30K views in 10 hours is a little more simple than you think. In fact, getting almost 100,000 views in 48 hours is much more simple than you think. If you want to learn how to maximize with your content on YouTube, hit me up, because these things are more simple than you can ever imagine. For example, these conversations with celebrities didn't happen with me for no reason. So DM me right now or message me and let's do this. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Welcome to Showface News. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me woke. Gotta make sure you smash that like button, share the video. You already know it's the town versus everybody, nigga. It is the town versus everybody, and it's only right that you get right. All the way from Flushing, Queens, we got the one and only Sue Young with a special announcement. Take him away, gang. What's poppin'? And that's word to Sue Young, nigga. That's all you need to know. Push the goddamn button, smash the like button, gang. You already know the vibe. Stop playing. Stop playing. Listen. Ja Morant, man. First, they said Ja Morant was going to be suspended for 2 games. Well, it appears that Ja Morant might be suspended for way more games than that. In fact, Ja Morant might miss the remainder of the NBA season. And what is the reason why? Well, guess what, champs? We done got an update. Right here it says, breaking news. Ja Morant had his gun in Denver, meaning he potentially brought the gun on the team plane, which is strictly against the rules and could lead to a major suspension of 50+ games. It is a huge possibility that Ja Morant might miss the remainder of the NBA season plus more. If, I repeat, if they find out that he had his gun on the Denver plane. Now, they're saying that he had his gun on the plane in Denver. You dig? Now, this is crazy. Now, I'm not going to hold you. Don't think that a suspension means that he's just going to get suspended for 50 games and that's it. No, that doesn't mean that, champs. I don't want y'all thinking nothing crazy. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want y'all thinking, oh, this nigga bought the guy on the plane and all that, and he's just going to get his 50+ game suspension. No. Absolutely not. They're going to blacklist this nigga, champ. You could be one of the greats. The moment you mess up, the moment you go against NBA guidelines, champ, is the moment that you lose it all. We didn't see it happen to the best of them, and maybe sometimes the worst of them, but most likely the best of them. I'll give you an example like Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, the OG Steph Curry before Steph Curry existed. Light-skinned dude who was also Muslim in the NBA back in the 90s. Also played for the Denver Nuggets. How ironic, right? Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was a Muslim NBA player. Played somewhat similar to Steph Curry on the Denver Nuggets in the mid-90s. Very good player. However, he never stood for the national anthem chant. And because he never stood for the national anthem, because he didn't really believe in, was against his beliefs, them niggas made sure that they got him out the league very fast. Understand? A lot of y'all probably don't even know who Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf is. Well, I'm here to tell you that that nigga wasn't in the league that long. Was a great player. However, the league wasn't jacking his style. They didn't like the fact that he wasn't standing up for the national anthem. And I mean, that's pretty petty to get rid of an NBA player because they won't stand up for the national anthem, right? But this is way, way, way more critical than that, right? I mean, you bringing a gat on board is kind of a federal crime. 50-game suspension ain't you'll take that over jail time, right? Nobody's flying in the air with guns. You feel what I'm saying? Now, they claiming this nigga had the gun out there in Denver. I'm saying on a plane ride, right? Say he's a potentially being suspended for 50+ games, which only means he will miss the remainder of the NBA season. You don't? So, hey, we gonna see what happens. All I'm saying is this, though. This nigga is bugging. I repeat, this nigga, Ja Morant, is tweaking. You niggas just can't have a good life, champ. You niggas always gotta really go off the deep end trying to be extra. You dig what I'm saying? This is crazy. F-Tank78 says you gotta know how to move on and off the court when you at his status. And I agree 1,000%. But someone to even be an NBA player and still trying to, entertain the streets, trying to let people know that they with that action, trying to let people know that they tough is foolish. You get nothing out of that, champ. You get absolutely nothing out of trying to be gangster and be a millionaire, a role model, all at the same time. You get nothing out of that. Why we can't leave the streets behind? Why must we try to impress people and let people know that we about that? You know what I'm saying? Now, with all due respect, you know what I'm saying? We get that he's young and all that stuff. However, why you gotta be ignorant? Why you gotta do so much? You know the NBA guidelines. You know the NBA rules and regulations. The exact moment that you out here flashing, brandishing a gun online, on a live stream as a sports player, as one of the top sports people, you already down bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take Capone says, why his dad not in his ear? Good question, champ. Why is his pops not in his ear? Well, how do we know that his dad is not in his ear? It's one thing if you let something go in one ear and out the other. Because again, you can't make people change. People gotta make the decision to change on their own. People are the ultimate decision makers. Can't nobody make you better. Somebody could try to make you better. That don't mean you gonna get better. Like, I could show you how to do something 1,000 times. It don't mean that you're gonna actually do it. It's up to you to actually do what you're supposed to do. Now, if this nigga don't want to listen to his pops, and I don't know if his pops is in his ear or not, I'm just saying, generally speaking, wouldn't matter who was in his ear. Is he going to take heed to what's being said to him is the real question. Because again, everything comes down to you at the end of the day. Can't nobody make you do nothing. People can be influential. People could lend you an ear. However, if you choose to not follow protocol, well, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Take Capone also says, Exactly, the youth is brainwashed. I mean, I think a lot of people is brainwashed because a lot of people aren't any better than the young people, to be honest with you. A lot of the older people ain't no better than the young people out here, chin. I mean, they only get it from one source. It's learned behavior from other people. You dig what I'm saying? Now, him, being him, I strongly suggest he need to stay out the hood. He need to stay out of gang activity. Because he don't even know. Because he don't even know how to balance that out. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know how to balance that out. Nike about to rip that contract up? Nah, not really. Nike actually made a statement earlier today saying they are, cool with his apology. And so Nike is not even mad at Ja Morant. I had read about what Nike had said in a statement about Ja Morant, and Nike's not even mad at Ja Morant. They said that they were cool with his apology and that it seemed sincere. So Nike ain't really, you know what I'm saying, really going at Ja Morant like that. They're not really stressing Ja right now, as far as what I could see. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Nike ain't even trying to destroy the contract because I guess he didn't violate something that they felt was offensive, so to speak. You know what I mean? Frank78 says, I'm surprised though. He gotta know certain things can only hurt him instead of help. Some people think they invincible too. You know what I'm saying? Tracy Harris says, you would think after blowing his knee out, he would cherish the $200 million he getting. Nah, niggas don't. Niggas be too comfortable. That's the problem, man. Sometimes niggas need to experience a level of discomfort to appreciate the comfort that they have. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Some niggas don't know what it's like to be uncomfortable, to be assed out, to be alone. Niggas don't know what that feels like. So niggas can't cherish what they have. People be ungrateful at the opportunities that are in front of them or that they currently have. Take Capone says, like, where the old heads at when saying the N-word, same thing. I don't know what that means. So yeah, Ja Morant. Nike responds to Ja Morant gun video after suspension. I'm gonna actually show y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna actually show y'all that Nike response. But yeah, they might try to get Ja Morant all the way up out of here. I ain't gonna lie to you. They might be trying to get Ja Morant all the way up out of here. You know, if it is indeed true that he had that gun in Denver while he was leaving. You dig? I'm just saying, but let's read this real quick because yes, Nike did respond to Ja Morant live stream when he had that gun out. They did reply to it. You know what I mean? So give me 1 second. I'm about to read that real quick. And I need y'all to make sure y'all smashing that like button. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure y'all smashing that like button as well. But yeah, man. Niggas don't be appreciative of what they got. That's the issue. Niggas definitely don't be appreciating what they got. Real talk. But yeah, I'm gonna read this in a second. Give me 1 second. And cherish his time to win an NBA title. I mean, if he was going to win an NBA title, I don't think it was going to be this year, to be honest. But here's what Nike had to say. So Nike said, we appreciate Ja's accountability and that he is taking the time to get the help that he needs. We support his prioritization of his well-being, Nike said in a statement. You know what I'm saying? So Nike is cool with what Ja had to say in response to all the controversy and whatnot. They was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? They was cool with it. They liked it. They didn't really go ham with it. Nike was cool with it. Nike ain't trying to destroy no contracts. They not trying to do nothing with Ja, out the ordinary. It's not like the Adidas to Kanye situation, because Kanye actually offended people who were part of the brand. Now, Ja Morant, he didn't offend nobody who was a part of the brand. He didn't do anything crazy except brandish a gun. Sam Storm says Meyer Lansky had $300 million hidden. He was the humblest, nicest guy you can meet. So he got you behind the curtain. Real gangsters act like humble gentlemen, not thugs. That's not true. You got all types of gangsters, champ. Some like to be out in the open. You got smart gangsters, you got dumb gangsters, you got all type of gangsters, champ. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that gangsters move in silence and all that. No, they don't. All gangsters do not move in silence, nigga. Gangsters can crash out at any given time. You dig? Calvin Dickinson says he's 23. Do you think he should fire his whole crew, including his agent, and hire people who has his best interests? Well, he's accountable for people being in his life, right? So if he's a responsible adult, he should know what he shouldn't and should not be doing, right? He should know what he should be doing and what he shouldn't be doing, period. He's a grown man. He knows the guidelines of him being in the NBA. He knows what the league allows and what the league don't allow. He's not a fool. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Tom TV says, so Nike is cool with Ja brandishing guns, but they didn't want any parts of Kyrie for sharing a post. Them top hats are funny. Uncle Tom TV, you're 100% right. So the nigga shared something that offended the higher-ups at Nike. And John Morant did something that didn't really offend anybody. However, he did brandish a weapon, which is probably misrepresenting Nike as a Nike athlete, as somebody who has a contract with Nike. He's definitely misrepresenting Nike by showing off a firearm that's probably unregistered. No way, Jose says he got suspended for 50 games. No way, now. Look at the title. The title has a question mark. Ja Morant has not officially been suspended for 50 games. However, they say that he had the gun in Denver and flew from Denver to Memphis with the gun, which means that there is a huge possibility that he may be suspended for 50 plus games. Take Capone says most killers I know is gentlemen. A champ, respectfully. That's cool that you know killers. That's fine. You know, allegedly, other people in here know killers too. That don't mean that every killer is a gentleman, champ. South Jersey says, was the gun legal? Because if so, I don't get why they suspended him for so many games. I can see like 15 or 20 maybe, but 50, goddamn. It don't matter if it was registered or not registered. It's also the NBA. You have to remember people like Gilbert Arenas, who had a registered gun in the NBA locker room, got blacklisted right after he did that. It don't matter if you got a gun that's licensed or unlicensed. In the NBA, you cannot be seen flashing weapons. Reason being, you had a bunch of kids looking at you for one. So you're somebody's role model. So that NBA has a certain outlook that they want their players to have. They have a certain type of etiquette that they want their players to have. Especially being that they're working with nonprofit charities as well as children. They don't ever want that type of influence coming from the game. Sam Storm says the gangster is the businessman. The thug is the crash dummy. Alexis says allegedly Nike picked up Ja after dropping Kyrie. I don't believe that because Ja already had Nikes on to begin with. No Way Jose says, okay, I was asking, does that include playoffs or just regular season? That includes the entire NBA season, postseason, regular season, all that, preseason, etc. Now, you would count playoff games as regular season games because those games count. Preseason games don't really count, but he wouldn't be playing any preseason games anyway. If he gets suspended for 50 games. You know what I'm saying? Manny Torres says, once Ja get that bread, gang chain from Moneybag Yo, it went to his head. Maybe. Breaking Section 9 of the NBA game rules. finance man, I'm gonna have to put you on timeout because you spam in the chat. Relax, nigga. Go smoke a bogey while you can. There's a bunch of pre-owned bogeys outside. I want you to use your mouth to clean them up, champ. Pick up those bogeys with your mouth like a chicken. You know how a hen picks up everything with their mouth like seeds? That's how you should be picking up those bogeys outside to smoke them, champ. Not gonna hold you, but one thing we not gonna do is spam the chat. You gotta relax, gang. You dig? I don't know how to say your name, but you said, why would the Grizzlies suspend him? The one thing you don't want is for him sitting around with free time with his boys. They're gonna tear that mail up now. They're gonna punish him regardless. F-Tank78 says, yeah, there are a lot of killers that aren't gentlemen but still move correctly. Again, bro, anybody could be a killer. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Anybody. Calvin Dickerson says, yeah, if this is sad, if you're an NBA commissioner, what would be your punishment? They're gonna do him dirty. Like, I think 2 games is just, you know what I'm saying? 2 games is 2 games. They said that he flew from Denver to Memphis with the gun, which is almost a federal crime, bro, because you can't really fly with weapons. Whew. No way Jose says, nah, Ja was with Nike since getting drafted. That's a fact. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know where I be getting that stuff from. Tracy Harris says they don't throw security, so he might just have messed things up on charter flights that team players need to be screened. Yeah. One person can mess it up for everybody. If they not doing security checks on charter flights, they're gonna start doing it because of him. You know what I'm saying? 50 games is more than half the NBA season. 50 games is almost a quarter of the NBA season. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, make sure you read the title correctly. I said there's a huge possibility he could be missing 50 games, which would include regular season as well as playoffs, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, niggas gotta smoke bogeys. Niggas be coming in spamming the chat with nonsense trying to get attention. Let me tell you something. The moment you come in the chat trying to seek attention in the worst way is the moment that you're gonna find yourself a nice pre-owned bogey outside on the ground for you to smoke. Yeah, Ja Morant is tweaking. Like I said, Ja Morant has lost his mind. I don't know what he thought he was doing. But look, maybe he has a lot of bad influences around him. Maybe he also feels like he's unbeatable. They're going to humble him in some form of fashion. Like, in the beginning of this live, I talked about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. The Steph Curry, before there was Steph Curry, was Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf on the Nuggets in the 90s. Great player. Awesome shooter, awesome scorer. However, he was also Muslim. And he also never stood for the national anthem because of his beliefs. And the NBA got rid of him. They blacklisted him. Never seen him again after that. Well, they say he may not be suspended for the season. They're definitely going to change their policies because of this. They're going to make stricter policies because of this, chant. The policy is about to get more strict now. Tracy Harris says, it is a crime. TSA has to know about all guns on airplanes. It's a Fed case. Hope you don't get that. Yeah. You know you can't fly with straps. It's automatic federal time for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, niggas like attention, champ. You know? They just do. He said, you know, more charges are coming, especially when it's firearms and if he doesn't have permits for it. I mean, even if he do, they still gonna try to get him, like, because the law states like they don't want you flying with guns. You dig what I'm saying? So there's that. They don't ever want you flying with guns. South Jersey says you can travel with a gun on plane, but you have to do a whole process and the guns have to be registered and legal. I mean, if you're a policeman or CIA or something, I'm sure there's an easier way to do that. No Way Jose says the gun has to be in a safety box and you got to be licensed to carry in the state you're in, which is already a lot right there. He even told them it was no disrespect. He just had different beliefs. That's a fact. At least Mahmoud Abdul Rauf stood on a principle that was respected. It's not like he disrespected anybody. But back in those days in the NBA, people followed the rules a little bit more. They didn't really question things. So when you got players like Mahmoud Abdul Rauf questioning things, then it becomes an issue because nobody else is doing it. It's kind of foreign almost. GZDR says, how did Ume Udoka get suspended longer than a dude carrying a burner? Make it make sense. That's a good question. I didn't even, and when he got suspended, I didn't even know you could get suspended in the NBA for even having dealings with somebody, I guess, who was working for the franchise or something. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. South Jersey says, but if he was traveling with it without their knowledge, then you're screwed. It could go to another level if they find out that he did do that and they already saying that he did travel from Denver with it. It could get very nasty. Tracy Harris says you can fly with it, but it has to be in your check bag, not your carry-on bag. But also that don't mean you're gonna be able to travel with it unless you have, like, you have to have some type of this. You can't just put it in your carry-on, not your carry-on bag. You can't just put it in your check bag and think TSA is not gonna run through it, because they are. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely gonna run through it. That don't mean it's gonna get through there. You know what I'm saying? Take a Pone says that's why they open an investigation to bring more charges. I mean, he didn't get charged yet. He didn't get charged yet. Anger Management TV says that Kyrie Irving thing, Godfather or uncle, I'm not sure. D Crown says I travel with my FM 5.7 on the plane every way I go, not to NY, New Jersey. Check it in. But I'm sure you got a license for that. Not everybody has a license. Now, if John Morant don't got a license, it's 1,000% worse. South Jersey says now the box they give you locked with a special lock that they only have the key to. Okay. Because you know people be tweaking on the planes. Uncle Tom TV says Ja was just in the news 3 weeks ago for his man's threatening the Indiana Pacers staff with an infrared laser, allegedly. Yeah, that was already strike one. Now you got niggas pointing weapons at other teams, which is crazy. Madness. The league has never seen this level of gangster, right? Niggas is tweaking. Niggas got they homies pointing weapons at the team's tour bus and all this weird stuff. It's already getting out of hand, right? No Way Jose says you gotta have legit reason traveling with your hammer in every state. Got different rules and regulations for it. Some states like NYC don't have open carry. It'll never be an open carry in New York. However, they are making it easier for people to get gun licenses now than ever before. South Jersey says yes, if he don't got a license, then that's a whole different story. And he might not even be his gun. Even worse. Might not even be his ratchet. You dig? Might not even be his. You got the ticket counter, tell them you have a firearm. TSA comes out to verify the bag. It has to be in a hand metal case that locks. They double checking the bag. That investigation gonna bring up a lot of things. That investigation might get nasty. They might try to blacklist son out the league. Once they talk about giving you a bunch of games suspensions, that suspension thing is slowly gonna turn into a we gotta get rid of you thing soon. I mean, but we gonna see what it's hitting for, gang. We gonna see what it's hitting for, though. That's the only thing I could say right now. We gonna see what it's hitting for, champs. That's all I could say right now. You dig? Well, yeah, man, this is crazy. This is nasty work on Ja Morant's behalf. Ja Morant need to do better because this is out of pocket, man. This is super duper out of pocket for Ja Morant. I'm not gonna lie. Ja Morant is tweaking. Ja Morant is tweaking. You dig? I don't know what type of time he got going on. Anger Management TV says he's hustling backwards, shaking my head, but I think that was a fake gun. It wasn't fake. It wasn't fake though. It was a 20. It was a deuce. It's a small gun. It was a real gun. It was a starter gun though. It's a starter gun. It's a small gun. It was real. It's 100% real. If it was fake, even if it was fake, he's still gonna get some type of. He's still gonna get penalized for flashing it because again, he's an NBA player. He's supposed to maintain a certain image in the public eye through league guidelines. You understand what I'm saying? So even if it was fake, which in his case, if it was fake, it probably wouldn't be as much, you know what I'm saying, to worry about. However, it's still somebody who's a face in the league, who's popular, and people are looking up to. So the NBA does not want that representation of their league. Understand? That's it. Calvin says there's a lot of ball players and athletes have firearms. It's just that they don't brandish them and putting it on social media reasonably gun ownership. And that's fair because you're allowed to do that. But people be tweaking, like Ja Morant tweaking. Don't know what he got going on. South Jersey says, but brandishing a weapon while being in the NBA is dumb. It is dumb. It's very foolish. It's very ignorant. It's also very much against league protocol. Who flashes a fake gun in the strip club? Come on. Yo, bro. If he flashed a fake gun in the strip club, that's sad, bro. I mean, it's bad enough that he flashed a deuce, bro. You know how small that gun is, bro? Why are you flashing a gun that small is crazy? Like, bro, you would have had to at least get like something that's bigger. Like, bro, you flashing a little baby gun, champ. That gun is so small, bro. That gun was the size of a pacifier. That's what makes it more trash, bro. You got a gun the size of a pacifier, bro. Respectfully, that gun is very small. That gun is the same size as a clothespin, champ. Tracy Harris says, I work for an airline and flew to Wisconsin and Minnesota with mine in my check bag. When it arrives at the destination, they put zip ties on the bag to limit access while in that terminal. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. But yeah, the nigga had a small baby gun. He had a newborn gun. That gun was a newborn. It was an infant gun. That gun don't even know how to walk yet, champ. It was a baby gun. You know what I'm saying? That gun need to be breastfed because it's too small, nigga. That was a malnourished strap he was brandishing on camera. Malnourished, not fed properly, champ. Hopefully it didn't have one round in it. It didn't look like it had any rounds in it. Hopefully not. It was a roundless gun. A gun that needed to be fed. You dig? But yeah. Frederick James says he don't want to play anymore. Just dumb. Yeah. He acting like he don't want to play. I mean, look. You in the NBA now, bro. You're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to do better as far as your public, you know, your public appearances, because right now it's looking bad. F-Tank78 says it's almost impossible to flash a 22, bro. His thumb is probably bigger. It was. Did you see the video? Did you see the video, bro? This nigga had a baby gun. Anger Management TV says Gilbert Arenas had guns over a bet and got banned from the NBA. And I think the other dude in the locker room, facts, the other dude in the locker room is in jail right now, I think, doing time. That other dude in the locker room, I believe, is serving a life sentence for somebody getting smoked. Believe it or not. And Gilbert Arenas is doing whatever he does, enjoying his life. However, he got banned from the NBA, but also pulling out a pistol on the same individual who's doing life in prison right now, who was a former NBA player. Now imagine going from the NBA to doing life in prison is crazy, right? Because how in the world do you go from being in the NBA to doing a life sentence is madness, right? But yeah, I believe that was Javaris Crittenton, however you say his name. Javaris Crittenton, whatever, however you say his name. That nigga's doing life in prison right now for a homicide. That was the same dude who Gilbert Arenas pulled the strap on the Wizards a very long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Tracy Harris says he needs to talk to Gilbert Arenas to see what all he can lose. Gilbert Arenas is petty. I'm pretty sure Gilbert Arenas would just call him an idiot. The type of personality that Gilbert Arenas is, he would just tell John Morant that he's a moron. Respectfully, because that's something that Gilbert Arenas would do. Real talk. I mean, I'm not saying Gilbert Arenas is a bad person, but Gilbert Arenas is known to be an idiot, bro. He also don't care. That's just Gilbert Arenas stuff. Like he said, his selfie, he the breadwinner. Listen, D Crown says, and you gotta have your firearm locked in your carry case, handgun or rifle with 3 locks on your gun case. That easy. Okay. Well, this is clearly what John Morant did not do. Apparently, he had an open pistol on the plane. The man had a firearm on the plane from Denver all the way to Memphis. So yeah, smash the like button, y'all. This is crazy. Like I said, if he gets hit with 50 games, please understand that if they give him a suspension that is super duper high, it's only a matter of time before they just kick him out the league completely. Because a suspension that's of a high magnitude has to be done if someone did something that's super duper against like the NBA guidelines, like super duper against whatever NBA players shouldn't be doing. It's super duper against it, and it has to be something severe. This is something severe, I'm not gonna lie. This is something severe. You know what I mean? Blackout Customs think that John Morant is gonna end up on YouTube like Gilbert. Let me tell you something. If John Morant gets kicked out the league, right? There's one thing that's definitely gonna happen. That nigga's probably gonna go to jail, champ. If he gets kicked out the league, 2 things are gonna happen. John Morant is probably gonna become a rapper, or he's gonna go to jail, champ, because this nigga's tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Anger Management TV says his father is the problem, my guy. He taught him and now he ride with him, shaking my head. Listen, if his father is the role model and the reasoning behind all this, then his father is terrible as a terrible individual. Because your NBA's son should not be getting into no trouble, especially like this. These type of issues are controllable issues. These issues is in his hands. He's accountable for these issues, these incidents. These things shouldn't even be happening right now. Calvin says sometimes people you keep around you are a reflection of you, even though he's a grown man. Keep a wide circle around you. Absolutely. And Clearly, he doesn't have the right people around him, because if he did, he wouldn't be getting into the situations he's getting himself into, right? Who are his role models? Who are these people? You know what I'm saying? These people clearly are not for your better good. If your friend is roaming around pointing a red laser from a gun at the Indiana Pacers tour bus, well, that's a huge issue. That right there alone can get you kicked out the league. So I'm surprised from that situation that he didn't get kicked out the league. Now they're saying that he had a gun in a live video, which makes it look more suspicious. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand that in the title it says that he can potentially be suspended for 50 games. I'm gonna put this back up on the board to show y'all. I just want to show y'all what this says one more time. It says breaking news. Ja Morant had his gun in Denver, meaning he potentially, I repeat, he potentially brought the gun on the team plane, which is strictly against the rules and could lead to a major suspension of 50 plus games. Well, I want you to know that suspension of 50 plus games is only a cold word to we're about to blacklist you out of the league. Because that's too long of a suspension. You know what I'm saying? She said he had 2 guns while listening to NBA. He had 1. Anger Management said super facts champ. He got too many yes men like Mike Tyson, and I'm from Brooklyn, NYC champ. Let's go. Mike Tyson, I mean, I feel like Mike Tyson was more of a savage coming out of jail than before he went in. He tried to pick, he bit off a piece of Holyfield's ear and more stuff. Mike just got to tweaking on everybody, man. That nigga was angry at the world. That nigga just got to tweaking on everything moving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ja Morant had 1 little baby pistol in his hand. A deuce to be exact. He had a starter pistol. He had the same pistol that your grandmother got in her purse. That's the same type of gun that Ja Morant flashed on the camera. And I'm being dead serious. I'm not even joking. The same pistol that your grandmother got with probably like 3 bullets in, 3 rounds in. That's the same gun that Ja Morant had in that IG live stream. Don't believe me? Look at the video. Your grandmother got one of those guns, champ. Your granny got one of those in her purse somewhere next to her diabetes pills, champ. She got at least 1. You dig? And there's about 3 rounds in it. Just in case somebody want to act up, you dig? Your granny got 1. You know what I mean? Next to her prescription pills somewhere in her purse. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But yeah, Ja Morant is a fool right now. Like I said, Ja Morant is bugging. And he might get humbled in a way he don't expect. He might get humbled in a way he don't respect. He said, hey, I got my grandma, Deuce, may she R.I.P. 2 bullets to be exact. You need some more rounds in there. You need some more rounds in that gun. 2 rounds is not enough. You need more. You need more artillery up in there. The 2 rounds won't do. There needs to be more. It needs to be more. Anger Management TV says he had that one that they say get on your marks, start. Yes, the same one, champ. A pacifier size pistol. A pistol that's the same size as a pacifier. That gun was the same size as a grape. He had a grape-sized gat. That gat was the same size as a toothpick. Respectfully. Take opponents, that's a long time. Like the NBA flipped too much. We gonna see what happens, man. All I could say is that we're going to see where it goes. We're going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is this. I know that for a fact, there's going to be some type of consequences, which is already at play. And I think the 2 games right now is, I don't know, they're still investigating that. They're still investigating, so we're going to see what happens after the investigation is over, which probably won't take long, especially since they now know that he had the gun in Denver on the plane, which is even worse. Not the gun that shoots off for the horse and carriage race. Yes, that one. Kyrie to Memphis next year. I don't know. He need to stay in Dallas. He's all right in Dallas. Dallas has a solid unit. He should stay in Dallas, respectfully. Calvin says you're absolutely right. The friend pointing the laser at the Pacers was troubling. He should have been suspended off that. Well, I don't think they had any proof that it happened, so they didn't go through all the way with it. But now that they see that he actually had a gun, makes all of it look suspicious all at once. So I guess we gonna see. You know what I mean? I guess we gonna see. You dig? But listen, man, make sure y'all smashing the like button and sharing the video. I'll be live again tomorrow with more content. Y'all stay tuned for more. Smash the like button, share the video. You already know the vibes. If you didn't smash the like button, I suggest you do it now. Sue Young is gonna get you right all the way from Flushing, Queens. Tell them what's popping. And that's word to Sue Young. Stop playing. Go to wearetough.com right now to get the Town versus Everybody hoodies right now. The Town versus Everybody hoodies. Get them now, man. I'm up out of here. Y'all be easy. I'm going. Peace. Everybody, I repeat, it's the Town versus Everybody only at wearetough.com. Get it now. The Town versus Everybody hoodies is out now. Rep the Town in the best fashion possible only at wearetough.com, nigga. Rep the Town, champs. Rep the Town. We here. You know where we from. You know what we rep. Stop playing.